Hello and welcome to Tuesday Night Basketball with me, Stuart Laws, and I'm joined tonight by our expert, Ronaldo Lawrence.
Hi, thank you. It's fantastic to be here with you.
And so we're here at the Hemel Sports Base to see the Hemel Storm play Mansfield Giants, 2nd v 9th. What must be going through the Giants' minds?
Well, I think now it's extremely important that all the players come together as a unit. I think it's extremely important that they get the ball out, rebound, kick the ball to the guards, and get the ball down the court as soon as possible, and hopefully look for an early shot. If not, then bring it back out and run the offense.
So the Storm are experiencing something of a resurgence this year, sitting pretty in 2nd at the moment. What do you think that's down to?
Well, I think it's down to team play. I think it's down to team play. I also think it's down to being able to get the ball again quickly down the court. And I think they run the offense. If nothing is happening on the fast break, they get it out. They take time off the clock, and I think they're playing very smart this year.
Excellent. So shall we join them live for the tip-off?
It would be fantastic. Let's do it.
Okay, so what's going to be going through their minds just before tip-off?
I think strategy. I think trying to grasp what the coaches have said, what's going to be important, the issues of getting the ball up, running the offense, and trying to make sure that each team gets a good start.
Fantastic. So important to get the first score on the board?
I think it's extremely important. I think that what you try to do is you try to run the offense initially, get everybody involved in what you're doing, and hopefully score first. It gives you a psychological advantage.
Excellent.
Here we see a nice pick and roll. Perfect pick and roll where the guard sets the screen and then actually rolls when the big man drives the ball.
Okay, so we've got Spinks here on the ball. Used to be the captain of the Storm.
Okay. We have here coming down, nice, excellent pass inside, and he's fouled and with the basket.
And now one free throw.
Now we get one free throw. Whenever there is a situation where someone has the ball inside and they've shot the ball and the ball goes to the basket, you will always get 1 point after. And the free throw is good.
So Richard's starting out the play there to Marcellus.
So what they need to do now is get the ball down, actually run the offense. As you can see, Hemel is now in a man-to-man, trying to play tight man-to-man defense.
Left Marcellus free there.
Okay, he comes off the screen, ball is passed, and what they're trying to do is trying to get a good shot. However, that was not the best shot because we got an air ball there. The ball is slowly back down the court with another shot. And we've seen 2 air balls. So I think what needs to happen is they need to try to get the ball inside. Fantastic drive. By getting the ball inside, initially everybody gets warmed up. Everybody knows what's going on. Coming out and taking 3-point shots at the beginning is not the smartest thing to do as a basketball player. You need to get warmed up. You need to run the offense so everybody knows exactly what's going on.
Excellent. So Hemel already with a few free throws to their name.
Yeah, and I think strictly because if you notice, they have been the team to actually get the ball inside. And most of the points have come from the big people, taking the ball in and going up nice and strong.
Spinks here with his second.
And excellent shot. Great form, great free throw form. So we got a little bit of pressure here coming up the court. Again, the ball has been kicked out up top. We've got a post up with nothing happening. One of the great things that the Storm is doing is they're actually setting down screens. So they're popping up, setting down screens, and trying to get the ball down low. However, we've got a turnover here. I think it's crucial that teams, when you're initially trying to start off, that you try to establish an inside game because it will open up the outside game. Some of the problems we see with a lot of teams is they try to come out and shoot 3-pointers first, don't get themselves established, and they can sometimes come down and get down a lot. That's a bad pass in the corner.
Sloppy play there. Do you think it's nerves playing in front of the home crowd?
I think it is a little bit of nerves, but I also think what needs to happen is you don't throw a ball across court. You need to short passes, short snappy passes, set screens, and try to get a few back doors. And we've seen Hemel done.
You think it's a problem of movement for the Storm there? They're not creating enough space for each other?
Yes, I do. I think it is a problem of movement, but I also think is that they're not really running the offense, which they should do.
Okay, so a solid free throw there from Marcellus. Up now with his second.
Again, he has very good form. He's taking his time. Ball goes in. Nice shot. Okay, one of the things that I really love that I hear from both teams is everyone is talking. You know, that's extremely important that you talk and get communication so everybody know where everybody is on the floor.
Do you find perhaps a team, low in confidence, maybe go a bit quiet on the court?
Yeah, they tend to go a bit quiet, and I think it's the responsibility of the point guard because I think he's probably the most crucial person on the court. Nice layup underneath. The most crucial person on the court in terms of getting the team together and making sure that everybody's on the same page. Here we got a nice one-on-one move. He's got his shot blocked.
Now immediately out of position.
Nice shot.
That's very nice.
One of the issues that I see with young players now and some veteran players these days from all the teams that I've watched is the backboard shots seem to have disappeared. You know, when you drive to the basket and you got the angle, just take the small jump shot. You know, use the backboard. I think it's crucial. We've sort of seen that go away from the game.
What do you think? Do you think it is? Is that new techniques, new coaching?
I think what happens is players these days try to rely more on their athletic abilities instead of using and going back and looking at old players and what they've done. George Gervin, who used to play for the San Antonio Spurs, was an excellent individual in terms of using the backboard. Also a gentleman called the Iceman.
The Iceman. So we've seen about 5 three-point attempts. All of them failed so far. Do you think that's going to change?
Well, I think once they get warmed up, hopefully it will. But the thing that I've noticed yet so far, which Hemel is doing, which is fantastic, if you notice, they've got most of their points in the paint. Whereas the Storm have been taking jump shots, and they're too bunched together, they're too close together. I think what they need to do is spread out and allow pathways to the basket.
The Giants?
Yes.
Certainly. So we're currently 6:28 left.
Okay.
Hemel up 11-4. Bit of a lead developing early on.
Yeah, it is a bit of a lead, and I think what is happening that we can see Hemel is doing a great job of playing some help side defense. So when someone's driving the ball, if you got a guarding somebody else and you're close, you're actually going to help. Excellent pass.
Up to 13-4 already.
Yeah, see, I think maybe they will need a timeout very shortly.
Okay, and so we've got Ian Richards, standing coach for the Giants today. What's going through his head right now?
Well, right now he's trying to wonder why the team is not running the offense that he's designated. And he's trying to figure out what's going on. And I think it's been clearly simple. I think the actual team and now he's called his timeout. I think what has happened is Hemel is running the offense. They're getting the ball inside, and they're shooting layups. They're also spreading the floor, which is crucial when you've got guards and when the team is playing you man-to-man. Whereas opposed to the other side, if you look, the players are sort of close together when they've got the ball, and they need to spread out so they can actually have, again, pathways to the basket. Okay, again, they're going to try to run a nice out-of-bounds play here where you come off the screen. Okay, the ball is out top. And as see again, the first shot available, which is not very good. If you're down by that many points, you want to work the ball around, again, try to get it inside and try to get your inside game established.
So what do you think? Is it the 10-point gap that they're playing on their minds? They think we've got to close this as quick as possible?
Yeah, possibly. But see what's happening on the other end is that they're not playing great defense. So they're coming down, taking really quick shots, and in some points not great shots, but then going back down and they're not playing excellent defense. Another three-pointer. Oh, this one goes in. It's a great shot. I tell you, the three-pointer is the equalizer. If you can make enough of them, you can get back in the game fairly quickly. But if it was me, I'm always with the team who's going to work the ball around, run the offense, and get the ball inside.
So Hemel's yet to make a three-pointer, but 2 to Mansfield. Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think that's because Hemel don't need to try for the threes at the moment?
No, I think they really need. If they're getting the ball inside and things are working, you go with what's working for you. You continue to make good pass. There's a sloppy play. And here we got a fast break and nice lay-in.
Okay, so down into the last minute now. There's only a 6-point gap, considering it's up at 10.
Okay, that's a great pass and a great shot. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go in. Yeah, what they need to do is they need to actually concentrate on what they do and try to get the ball inside, try to get a few fouls here in the first quarter. You know, and they're down, but they're not down by that many considering how many shots they've missed.
So do you think it's perhaps a mistake from Hemel not to have capitalised as much on the mistakes that have been there?
Well, unfortunately, I think they are trying to.
Three-point attempt.
But again, there's a three-point in and out. Again, very quick shot. You can see Dave is not too pleased. And
He gets a shot away and it's good.
yeah, again, that's not very smart time management. You've got 2 seconds to go and you're going to foul someone who's driving to the basket. And unfortunately, or fortunately, they made the shot.
So they've gone there from an 8-point lead, Hemel potentially going into the end of the first quarter, and now down to 6 and possibly.
And they should feel very good about themselves with what they've done. I mean, they've weathered the storm and come out. And we're going to get a quick shot here. They've weathered the storm and come out being down not that many points, considering they have not had a very, very good first quarter.
Excellent. So who will be the happiest fans going into the break?
Well, I think anytime you're leading, you're the happiest fans.
Yeah.
Okay, anytime you're leading, you're happy with what's going on, and you hope that your team continue doing the positive things that they've done. I think what needs to happen now, the Storm, they're doing a great job in terms of getting the ball up and down. They're doing a great job in terms of getting the ball inside. I think if they continue doing that, they will be fine. I think Mansfield, I think what they need to do is they need to actually maybe try to get the ball inside themselves. And defense is not exactly working at the moment. So nice pass underneath, nice pick and roll there, a nice cut there, ball's back up top. They're always rolling to the basket, eyes always up, always looking for the next person who's open. There's a bad pass there. So again, Marcellus has the ball, so we're coming back up the court.
Seems to be falling apart a little bit for Hemel at the moment.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Again, coming down, passing the ball, good rebound there, and a foul.
Nice to see there from Richard and Spinks.
Nice bit of sportsmanship. One of the things I love about players is we've never committed a foul in our life. So regardless of what happened, we're going to talk to the ref about it. So here we're going back inside. Nice pass inside, nice shot. They're not boxing out. Yes, he did. Great shot off the backboard. Unfortunately missed, but he had someone on the other side. Again, a bad pass here.
Lovely strength there to get through those two players.
Nice job. Nice bit of dribbling. But I can tell you, you know, there are lots of lumps and bruises that you get during the course of a basketball game that people don't realize. It's a nice outlet pass there and a nice dunk.
Good to see. First dunk of the game.
Yeah, very nice and exciting for the fans.
So that's the thing that everyone's brought up with in popular culture, the dunk. A lovely
nice
layup.
pass. Lovely layup. Yeah, they are, but unfortunately, that's not always the best thing to do. But, you know, when you can get a nice layup there, when you can get a dunk, it does excite the fans. I think what we need to do is teach the kids all the fundamentals, because everybody won't be able to dunk. The kids can do fundamentals. I think it's important that you learn all the fundamentals.
No, it's the first thing once someone gets tall enough is to try out a dunk. That's the big one. That's what everyone's aiming for.
Yes, it is. And then the little smaller guys just pray that they could dunk, you know. So everybody wants to dunk. But I would much rather take a person who's very skilled and understands the game than a person who can dunk any day.
So misses first. And
great job on the second. We've had a few substitutions here.
the points gap's down to 1 point now.
Yeah, it is. Game's getting quite exciting now. So now what they need to do is work the ball around here and then try to get the ball inside. It's a nice drive, nice move. Pass on him. Look like we got another nice layup. Oh, great shot.
Let's see. Mansfield seem very good at getting men back into position quickly after.
Yeah, they've actually picked everything up now and getting back on defense, which is great. The other thing that I've seen also that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make sure that they protect the ball inside, but they're still not getting enough rebounds. Hemel's getting a lot of offensive rebounds, which gives them another opportunity to score. Here's a nice three-point shot.
And Hemel's still attempting that
And
three.
another offensive rebound in the basket
Fantastic.
with a foul. So we've got another free throw coming. So back to the free throw line.
So the game restarts. And no free throws there.
Okay, we're coming back up. And what we're looking here again, nice pass there. Oh, missed dunk. Nice try. And again, we need to kick the ball out. Ball has been passed up. Nice layup. And what I want you to see there, he's a nice left-hand layup. Going to the left, he uses left hand. You see a lot of young players today, when they're on the left side, try to use their right hand to shoot. It's a great example of what you should do when you're on the left side. So we're back here now, trying to pick ball up. Nice passes. Aaron pass there.
Managed to recover it, still in play.
And hoops to do shot, and the ball goes in. What a shot. What a shot. We all need luck, huh? Great throw up there. And again, the great thing about it, we go back to the free throw line. And we got a free throw here, nice shot. Okay, we got a substitution coming in now for somebody to go off and get a rest. And I think if you notice, both teams, and they've not been pressing very hard, but they've been putting minor pressure on each other from the front court throughout the game. So your legs will get tired, so you will need to get other people in to substitute to give people a quick break sometime.
So it's a very explosive game, a lot of sprinting. Is there?
Extremely explosive game, but what people don't realize is just how explosive the game is and just how hard it is to actually get up and down all the time. Oh, missed layup there. But again, straight to the basket again.
You can see he's not happy about that.
No, and I wouldn't be either, because what's happening now is that they're continually building up the fouls. Nice shot there. Nice rotation on the ball. Nice follow through. Oh, and that one popped out.
Do you think that'll be running through his mind now? Is he straight back into the game?
No, I think it's straight back into the game. You can't think about things like that. You have to just forget things like that. Oh, bad pass there. Got the ball down court. Nice outlet down court for another layup. What they're doing, Hemel, very well is as soon as the guards get the ball, or whoever has the ball, they're looking down the court straight away. And if somebody's open, they're releasing the ball, which is fantastic. We got a pick and roll here. Is what we're talking about. We got a nice trap. Corner.
Another loose pass there.
Another loose pass,
So
and again down for another layup.
The temptation there to go for something a little showboating?
Depends on who you are. It depends on your skill level.
I mean, that's the sort of situation. If I was playing, I'd panic immediately and trip over, end up face first on the court.
I think these guys have been playing ball for so long till you understand what you can do and what you can't do, and you have the odd time. Nice spin move, beautiful layup.
Fantastic from Richards
Beautiful
there.
spin. You have idea what you can do and what you can't do. Again, back in for the layup, missed shot, got a rebound.
Nice to see the referee help him up a little bit there.
Yes, well, again, great sportsmanship throughout the game. Here's a three-pointer, nice shot.
Good.
That will help a lot.
And the points gap closes again.
Okay, we need to work the ball back down, Hemel here, and then try to get the ball inside again. They've had a lot of success passing the ball around, going inside, and then kicking the ball back out if nothing. Here's a little one-on-one, the point guard here, nice pass on the side, and another shot.
Now, he was just inside the three-point line there. Is that a wasted opportunity? Still 9 seconds left on the clock.
Well, it depends on how they look at it. And I think, again, because they got the ball down, they're very fortunate. So what they need to do now is, be very smart here in terms of the clock and try to run the clock down.
So 40 seconds left of this quarter.
Okay, here they need to get a very good shot. But get a good shot going into the halftime. Oh, he traveled, picked up that pivot foot. And again, what he will be saying to himself is that the ref made a bad call.
Yeah.
As all players do.
He's sort of identified himself as one of lovely
Nice shot.
player there. One of the danger men for Hemel. A lot of pace, Adi Luola there.
Yes, he does, and he gets the ball down the court fairly quickly. And the other thing that I've noticed about him is that he keeps his head up. Another nice left-hand layup that came out, but again, look at the rebounding.
Is that a case of Mansfield wanting it more there?
Yes, it is, definitely. Can we only have a few seconds left? And again, we've got the shot up, good shot.
It's good.
And right at the buzzer. It would feel great going into the half, having made that shot.
So they've made quite a points turnaround there.
Yes,
now go into half-time with the lead there for Mansfield.
Yeah, so you know, they've come back. They've done a great job of coming back, great job of making some shots. I still think that on the other end, Hemel is doing a great job of getting that ball inside.
Okay, so we go into half-time with Mansfield doing quite the turnaround, now leading at that half-time point. What do you think that was down to?
I think it was down to them actually making a few shots there at the end. I think they did a great job of getting the ball down the court. They did a great job of hitting a few layups there. And if you notice the actual stats, they spent a lot of time at the free throw line. So a lot of points were made up at the free throw line.
It seems to me like Richards is starting to come into his own. He's making a few good drives there near the end of that quarter.
Yeah, he's a good player. And I think the other thing that he's doing is getting other people involved in the actual play, which is extremely important. One of the things that I love that they're doing is, you know, although sometimes you don't want to live and die by the jump shots, they've made a few jump shots, especially the one at the end, which will give them a lot of confidence going into the second half.
And so for you personally, when it was halftime for you, what was going through your head?
I think you listen to the coach and they will be talking strategy and what needs to happen. I think it's extremely important that both teams come out and get a good start to come out with. Maybe even switch up the defense a little bit to get an opportunity to give the team a different look. I think both coaches will be going through some of the positives that happen, some of the negatives that happen, and looking at the scouting report to see what the other team does well, what they don't do well, and trying to get their players to do the best job that they can when they come back out.
Excellent. So let's rejoin the action with Mansfield in the lead. What do you think will be the big indicator of who's going to win for this second half?
I think the big indicator will be, obviously, the person who has the most points.
That's the big one, isn't it?
That's the huge one. But I think also the person or the team who plays the most consistent defense, the team that actually does the things that the coach, that's not a very good start for Mansfield.
Yes.
The team that does the things that the coach wants them to do. And I can guarantee that Dave Titmus in the changing room have gone at his guys and explained to them what they need to do and made sure that they understand how much he wants them to run the offense and to do what's important.
So interception or steal? Couldn't quite see there.
Okay, it's a wasted opportunity. Nice pass out and nice little medium range jump shot that goes in. So a good start for Mansfield in terms of scoring.
So Adi Luola there on the ball, or with the ball, is one of the shortest men on the court, 5'10". Now you yourself, you're at 6'4".
I'm about 6'4", but you know what? So much when it comes to, you know, I've always said height is important, but heart is bigger, and the heart is even more important. So it's how much heart you got. And if you understand the game and what you need to do, you can make your contributions to a team. And although he's small, you know, everything has a brain to run it, and he's the point guard I look at as the brain to run the whole, to run the team and to run the offense. So again, stolen ball. One of the things that nice pass, and he got a shot block, but again another offensive rebound. So that's 3 consecutive times, although they weren't successful, but they've got the offensive rebound to try to put themselves in a position to be successful. Okay, these guys now, what they've got to do is try to get them a nice shot, great shot.
So what was going through his mind there? He went, I've got a little bit of space, I've got time to set my jump shot.
Yes, he had his space, he's got his feet squared to the basket, and it was a great shot. But again, I love what Hemel does. They work the ball around patiently, nice three-point shot. They try to get the people inside, you know, so they go from inside to out. Pass the ball inside, nothing happening, kick it back out to the jump shooters.
So tell me, what's the job of the...
Nice steal.
Nice steal there, and a very quick break. Kearney here, the captain.
And again, as the first half ended, we're back at the free throw line. Nice shot.
And that's there, his traditional celebration of just unzipping his jacket, which he does whenever he lands a free throw.
Okay, they need to now keep working. He picked up his dribble a little fast there. He's taking it off the court now, Dave.
He is really in the mood for celebrating. And
So
a missed layup there.
Yep, here we go. Nice fast break. One of the things, missed shot. One of the things that Hemel does fantastically
Long
well.
pass.
And out of bounds. A good break here for Mansfield. Got a 2-on-1, and he's up for the shot. Nice layup, and the ref has called a foul, so we're back at the free throw line.
Now, what was your skill move?
I think my primary thing was taking the ball to the basket and shooting the medium range bank shots, and that was my primary thing. Very fortunate to have the athletic ability that allowed me to do some of those things.
Because 73 points in a single game is...
Yeah, it's no small feat, and I think the great thing about that game, I also had something like 5, 6, 7 assists, which helps. And if you get anything between 5 and 6 assists, you're doing any game, it's a great feat. So I'm really proud of that. And initially, funny enough, my daughter was born the day before the game, so that was great. So it was a celebration.
Walking on air.
And total air. Rarefied air.
3-point attempt here, and it's good.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
Great shot. Okay, what they've got to try to do is get the ball down here. So we're going to look one-on-one, and try to move the ball around, let everybody touch the ball, try to post it inside. One of the things that Hemel is doing that's been great is getting that ball inside, and the big people have been taking it to the basket.
I think it's an intimidating thing to come out and see that your opposition's a far bigger team than you.
To be honest with you, as a basketball player, I don't think you think like that. You know, if someone is bigger, you look for the weakness. If you think that you're going to come out with that mindset, you're almost defeated before you even start. So, no, when you're playing basketball as an individual, you want to think that you're the best person on the court. It's all about excellence.
He's picked up his form there a little bit.
Yes, he have. Nice shot, nice stroke there when he shot the free throws. Okay, we bring the ball up the side here, looking for the pick and roll again. Nice pass. He had the shot, pass it up for an even better shot. I love the way Hemel passes the ball around and how they look for each other. It's a little rush shot there. Not a great shot, but what do we have again? Offensive rebound. Mansfield consistently is not boxed out. Nice pass there, and the layup on the other end.
So it's opening up a little bit. There's some more regular scoring going.
Yes, it is. The game is getting fluid now, which is nice for spectators to actually see. There's nothing worse than being at a basketball game and every 2 seconds somebody's at the free throw line. Nice pass.
Here comes the three-pointer.
Great shot. Great shot. I want you to notice there what happened is that when they dribbled toward the basket and the help defender came over to help, as soon as the help defender came, the ball was passed to the right side, which freed up that player to take the nice jump shot.
Comes Richards
and another
with the three.
Good shot, Richards.
Scores are really heading back and forth right now. 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Scores pretty much even again.
Yeah, pretty much even, and although it looks like
a big
to me,
three-pointer.
That was a little too far out. Again, what do we have though? Another offensive rebound, another opportunity to score.
Adeluola.
Great shot. Although the scores are fairly close, it looks like to me Hemel is still doing a better job of the two teams in getting what they want to get on the offensive end.
They're playing their game better than
Yes,
Mansfield.
they are. They're getting the ball inside,
a little bit of space
helping each other out.
And again, they win their defensive rebound.
Great pass.
Here he comes there. Very quick burst.
Excellent.
Great pass.
And I want you to notice how when the point guard gets the ball, how he actually keeps his head up and look down the court to try to get the ball to the person who's open. Unfortunately, Dave wasn't too happy there with the missed layup.
How vital is a substitution there? Richard Welling's heading off. It's actually one of the tallest, 6'5", a dwarf you.
Yeah, he does slightly.
Quite a loose pass there. It seemed more a pass in hope rather than design.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the nice bounce pass, and he tried to loop it up there, and instead of using the bounce pass to get it in.
So here he is, head up, driving forward. How important is that point guard role?
It's extremely important because the point guard needs to be able to see everything that's happening on the
loose
floor.
pass,
It's a
here
very
we go.
bad pass.
Marcellus
And
with a
nice
reverse.
dunk.
Is there a technical name for that I'm missing out on?
Reverse dunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hit it. I hit it right on the head.
But the point guard needs to be able to see everything on the floor. They need to make very good decisions because, you know, the point guard is the head of the animal that runs the whole thing. A nice steal there. And I think Hemel now needs to slow it down a little bit and be aware that people are poking the ball in from the back. Nice pick and roll.
Nice pass. Oh,
he
very
blew the layup.
sloppy.
And again here, Hemel's smart, get it out, run the offense. Because not only do you get a better shot when you run the offense, you actually run time off the clock.
Yeah. Didn't quite see what happened there.
It was
Pereira
offense,
ended up on the
yeah,
floor.
Defensive foul there where Pereira got knocked down. That was quite different. Nice shot here.
There's a captain there stepping up to the free throw line.
That's a first. Seeing the opposite player give somebody 5 when they made a shot against their team. Nice 2 shots.
Is it British Basketball League, Al? Or England Basketball League?
I think it's just England basketball.
So do you think sportsmanship and that displayed in the English... never mind. We'll rejoin the game. I'll ask you later.
Okay. So the ball's being passed around here. Good defense. Again, trying to do too much, you know. Try to get the ball inside. If nothing is happening, kick the ball back out. Then he tried to get between 2 players. Okay, nice quick shot off the pass in there, and almost another rebound for Hemel.
Titmus there screaming no foul.
Another quick shot at the buzzer there.
We end the third there with Hemel 67 to 64. Feeling confident going into this?
Well, be honest with you, with the way both teams are playing, I'm not so sure at the moment. Both teams are not consistently doing the things that they need to do, which has helped add to the point total. Okay, a lot of bumping going through when they actually go through the line. A lot of bumping and holding. So there's a foul been called. Again, we got an out-of-bounds play on the side. Ball's back up top. And again, the great thing is they're working the ball around, trying to find the person in a better position to score. So again, in and out. Nice 3-point shot. And again, offensive rebound.
What are your big tips? What are your thoughts for the final quarter?
I think the tips are a nice inbound play from out of bounds. What I would do if I were Mansfield, you know, I would even switch the defense up a little bit, maybe go to a zone and try to stop them. And then so you can condense and try to help each other outside. Here we got a backcourt foul, so Hemel's got the ball back. In terms of Hemel, I would keep doing what I'm doing, trying to work the ball around, going in to out, and especially to keep the offensive rebounding up. It's a nice spin move there. Unfortunately missed. The ball is coming down there. Mansfield needs to try to get the ball and try to work the offense. Good defense there by Hemel. So again, he's got the screen here. But again, if you notice how condensed the players are, nice jump shot. They need to spread the court a little more. It's a great jump shot there.
So we rejoin now with Bryn Hussey on the free throw line.
Okay, he made the first and just bricked the second one there. Okay, so now what needs to happen is Hemel needs to come down and play some good defense. And Mansfield needs to try to actually get the ball inside or take a very good shot, be it in or outside. A nice pass there. You see it was wide open when he took the 3, so it was a good shot.
More
nice
driving,
pass
yeah.
up. Nice pass inside. Great ball movement. Again, looking up, giving the ball up, and being totally unselfish.
And Hemel there just very quick to get men over on Mansfield.
Yeah, they're a very good rebounding team, Hemel. And like I said before, you know, when they get the ball, all of their heads go up, and they look to get the ball up. And another steal. No frustration there. Great job by the point guard pulling up, but again, very quick shot, saying that, you know, as he's the point guard, he needs to bring it out and work something. It was 1 against 3 there. And we've got a foul call here, a holding call. Hemel's actually held one of the players inside.
Held them sort of tenderly.
As in very tenderly.
Yeah.
As in grab the shorts.
A
Keep
little
them
too
down.
tenderly.
Yeah, little things that you hope that the ref doesn't see. Try to distract the other player. Nice pass inside. So we're going back to the free throw line. Nice pass inside. Great offense. And again, great shot. He's made him pay again.
You can see the confidence there with him, can't you? He's enjoying it. He knows.
Yes.
He knows he can score.
Yes, he can. And he looks like he's enjoying himself, you know, and it looks like he enjoyed the game, which is great to see. Another shot, nice shot. So it's a 1-point game now. So Hemel now needs to work the ball around and see can they get them a nice layup or a nice jump shot. You know, it's getting a little tight now, getting down close to the wire here. Nice long three-pointer. What a shot.
And he is happy about that, isn't he? He is happy about
yes. That was in the parking lot, that shot.
It's sort of changed the game a little bit here. 3 points.
Now that was an
Misses
ill-taken
it.
shot. Not a great shot, but luckily enough they got the offensive rebound there. That was a little far out. Good help screen, good pick. Good passing the ball around. They're doing a great job of passing the ball around. Nice layup, nice look, nice bounce pass there.
It was nice. They looked like they took their time a little bit. They were looking for the right pass, a little drop of the shoulder, create a bit of space.
Yes, he did. Great pass. Nice drive here. And another three-point shot. Wow, nice shot. Nice pass. Player got the ball inside. Nothing happened. Kicked it back outside. Great job. Somebody's going to have to play some good defense here and try to get a nice run. Because yes, so far we've seen the teams go back and trade baskets a few times. If they want to get the upper hand with the game coming down here, somebody's going to need to make 1 or 2 stops. Nice pass, nice shot.
He put together a few points in the past 2 minutes. He's keeping his team in it there.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Doing a good job.
Slowing it down a little bit here. Is this a purposeful move? Just to
Yeah, I think trying to get it down and trying to run the offense. Trying to see Dave's a little excited there. Trying to run the offense. Trying to make sure that they get a good shot. And if the clock is running down, he's going to need to shoot it. Oh, nice layup.
perfectly timed.
Perfectly
Took
timed.
the 24 seconds.
And they pretty much had their way this game in terms of layups.
Oh,
Nice layup again. Now the game again is free-flowing.
just in time for the ref
Yes.
to call a halt.
Okay, it looked like we've got a technical foul here. So I don't know what has happened, but someone has either said something to the officials that they didn't like, but we're not taking, Mansfield's not taking advantage of the situation here. Okay, he got one of them.
So technical foul, run me through that. What exactly?
Technical foul is when someone usually says something to the officials that maybe they shouldn't have said. So the official will take some offense to it and actually make the call.
Your mother smells of elderberries.
It's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get the ball back. And the other way you can get a technical foul is that you can have too many players on the floor at any particular time where they would then give you a tech.
I like they're immediately pressing high up the court, not giving them a cheap pass, an easy pass.
Yes, trying to distract, trying to get them out of their offense a little bit. Nice backdoor pass.
Very nice. Marcellus there once again showing him why he's the thorn in the side of Hemel's.
You know, he's stepped up big. You know, he's scored a lot of times when you think they were out of it. He's actually made the difference.
So 2 minutes 30 to go. 2-point lead for Hemel. Squeaky bum time?
Yeah, it's a long time, yes, so far. You know, that's another three-pointer, which is a very ill-advised shot at this point in time. They've done so well trying to get the ball inside before, and to come down and take a shot like that, the coach will not be happy. But hey, what happens? They give it back to us. And we got a fast break with a nice pass. Nice pass, but he dropped it there. Great pass.
So Spinks has really singled himself out. He's standing out as one of Hemel's most important players, and now big responsibility again.
Yeah, well, he's done a great job. You know, he's made his free throws. He's been running up and down the court consistently. You know, he's gotten the ball. He's made the right passes. He's made the right shots. So he's done a brilliant job. And that will be, you know, that will help a lot, that single free throw there.
Richards kicking off the play again. Not
Okay.
kicking off, is he?
No. He's bringing the ball up now. And what they're going to try to do now is try to run the ball. You can see they're posting up, and the other man goes up and set a screen coming around. Now they're going to take the jump shot here. Great shot. Great shot. Brings it back closer.
And that closes up just to a 1 point difference now.
So now Hemel needs to get the ball down and try to do the best job they can in terms of running the offense and making sure that they don't do any silly mistakes or take any bad shots. But you see here that we have an offensive foul on Hemel. So Mansfield gets the ball back. So they've got a chance here to actually take the lead.
Will that be running through their minds, the chance here to, right in the last minute, just move into the lead?
Yeah, I think the players will be trying to find the best shot now, trying to do the right thing and trying to make sure that they hopefully can score. I think even more so have the ball in the right people's hands. Oh, that's a travel there. So I think that, you know, the point guard should have gone back and got the ball with about 10 seconds and made sure that something was ran in the last 10 seconds. As he's doing here, so he's actually calling out plays and actually trying to run a set play here. And again, the ball is inside with the layup. Nice job.
Spinks shouting there. He's trying to get another. What's he screaming there? He's got a 6.
Yeah, no, see, they've done a fantastic thing here. They've switched the defense. They're now playing the zone. Hooray. They're now playing the zone in order to make the other team shoot from the outside, and hopefully that they'll miss like that. And then they get the rebound and then up. And here they got a 3-on-1 with a great pass.
Win the offensive rebound.
And what did we say again? We had to miss, but we got the offensive rebound, put it back in, chance for a 3-point play. Mansfield has not done themselves any favors in terms of rebounding, in terms of letting Hemel get second shots throughout the night.
So has the defense switch taken them by surprise that they're not being able to adjust?
I think it takes them by surprise and it shows them a different look. But also what happens is it forces the players to do something maybe that they wouldn't have done in a man-to-man. But I just think the zone is the equalizer. If you're down, and you know you can trap. So they've got it inside there, however.
So a lot of pressure here. 4 points is the deficit.
A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure with the time winding down now. You know, these are very crucial free throws.
And that's it, 3 point free throw. So it's just there's one score in it now.
Okay, now they've got to be very careful because we don't have much time left. They've got to work the ball around, and if not, you might see Mansfield actually fouling in a moment just to try to hopefully they miss the free throws and get the ball back. And Hemel here is trying to waste some time, but they need to be conscious now and not try to waste too much time and not try to look to score. You've got a jump shot, great shot. What a relief.
12 seconds to go, a little bit of safety now. They've got to make 2 scores.
He's got to put it up now. He puts it up very quickly, the ball comes off.
And there's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game. So I think it's been a hard-fought game by both teams. I think, honestly, the better team has won. You can't just let another team get that many offensive rebounds to let a game and expect to win. You want to try to limit teams to just 1 shot per offensive outing.
It's good to see everyone there shaking hands.
Yeah, sportsmanship has been fantastic throughout the evening. So they've done a great job. Great job.
If you were a player for the Mansfield Giants, how disappointed would you be? It's a good performance they put in. They stuck with the team second in the league.
I think I would be disappointed, you know, but the game is over now. So you now go back and look at film of the game. You see what you've done wrong, what you've done right, and you try to figure out the next strategies for the next time you play them or for the next game. But I can tell you that one of the things that the coach will be talking to them about is the ability to box out, the ability to get the defensive rebounds and not give a team so many shots, because you put yourself under a lot of strain when you continually have another team being able to get the ball once they've shot it. and continually go back. And then sometimes, they've had 4 chances to try to score. So it's very difficult as a coach because you're pinned there. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is scream at your players. They don't do what you need to do. It's sort of difficult.
And so we end the game there. Marcellus top scored at 25 points.
Mm-hmm.
How important do you think he was in Mansfield sticking with the Storm?
I think he was extremely important. 25 points is a lot of points for a player. I think it's extremely important. But I think when it came down to the little nitty-gritty things, I don't think the Mansfield did. For instance, possibly a change in the offense. In the defense, just to maybe give the team a different look, as we saw that Hemel did toward the end there. And then as soon as they went to the zone, we had to turn over, so they got the ball back. So just giving teams a different look, giving them a different feel, and then trying to go down and put the ball in the basket yourself.
So would you say a win more for tactics rather than the personnel?
Yes, I would, totally. I think things that I saw that were extremely positive for Hemel is that they worked the ball around consistently. They worked the shot clock down. There was a lot of picking and rolling, a lot of cutting. They shot a lot of layups throughout the whole night. The other thing that they looked like they were playing for each other more. There was a lot of talking. And they did it consistently throughout the game. And then we had a big jump shot there at the end, which put it back up, the amount of point level back up. So then when they came down, they were forced to take the rush shot.
And for you, player of the match, point guard Ade Lioro. And for you, man of the match, point guard Ade Lioro?
Yeah, I think he was, because I think what he's done is he's done a great job of running the team. Richardson did a fantastic job of getting the ball down and scoring, but I think Adeola did a great job of running the team when things weren't going right, bringing the ball back out, telling people where to go. So having some sort of structure throughout the game so everybody's on the same page. So yes, I think he's done a great job. And that jump shot there just sealed it for him. So I think he's done a fantastic job.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us for Tuesday Night Basketball. Pleasure to have you with us as Hemel Storm ran out 93-88 winners against the Mansfield Giants. Thank you very much, Ronaldo, for joining me.
My absolute pleasure.
And see you next week for more England basketball.